All right, so it is 4th of July, right? You know, so for me, it's always been a big to-do. I've always been a pyro. If you've been around me long enough, you know that I am a pyro. I like to, and I'm not destructive with it or anything. And I think that's one thing my parents are probably thankful for. It's not like I'm without sin when it comes to doing something bad at my parents' house, you know. And I think most kids are, but like I've never burned the house down or anything. Never really played with fire. But I was always careful with my fire play. You know, I was very respectful of it because fire is a very powerful thing, which most people know that. But I remember like just the smells of fireworks even. Like that still is just something, if I just catch a whip, or even sometimes like gunpowder and stuff, I'm like, ooh, like it'll take you back to that moment. And I think it's pretty cool. One of my friends, he mentioned something about you know, you're a little off maybe if you enjoy fireworks, but I think that's silly. Who doesn't enjoy watching something with this really cool percussion and lights, and it's a cool thing. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure La Cafe, that is, man, if I didn't have to unmount this camera, I would go back and look at, it used to be a quilting shop. This is why I'm like doing these video logs already here with the car travel. See, this is all live and unfiltered, so yeah, whatever. But it used to be like a quilting shop back there, and again, I'm in the middle of nowhere right now. And as you see, there's like no cars around me. That's just the middle of nowhere. It's like soy fields and crap. But it used to be a quilting shop, and that's since been closed. And now they went over the sign with black paint and just wrote La Cafe. And there's like some picnic tables. I don't even know if you can eat in there. Like I don't think I'm going to be finding out about La Cafe, even if it is open. I don't know. Sketchy details. Anyway, 4th of July. I used to remember growing up, and fireworks weren't, I mean, I guess they were a decent industry, but I think over the years it's grown and grown and grown and grown, like many things. But, you know, basic stuff like we had was just like bottle rockets and Roman candles. Maybe those little snakes that you light, you know, turn to they grow and go all ashy on you. But outside of that, there weren't a ton of options unless you were spending some like major money. I bet this is probably shaky as hell, huh? Y'all gonna be like, why is he posting these shaky videos? My car's a little shaky sometimes because I'm on Missouri roads. So maybe we can figure something else with that down the road. But yeah, any firework I loved, and I didn't really know any better, so I was just like, cool, fireworks are awesome, let's do fireworks. And then I remember the city every year would put on a big show. One I remember specifically, and this one like really stands out, God, I was probably like 7, 8, 9, probably no more than that though. And we were at the fireworks stuff. Beforehand, they always had like the band playing all the old classic patriotic music that we're used to hearing and things. And you know, there's some vendors and stuff out there, and you're basically just waiting for the show to start. You know, people are setting up lawn chairs and all that stuff. And where I grew up was Franklin, Tennessee. It's not the Franklin, Tennessee you see now. It was a very small town, you know, like population 30,000 on a good day probably. So it was like one of those things, like everybody in town came out to it. It was a big to-do. So I remember we're waiting for the show to start, and I wanted some popsicles. So my dad was like, cool, go get you and your sister a popsicle. Gave me some money, and I was charged to go get it. Like, that was a deal. He was like, you fly, I'll buy, kind of a deal. I was like, all right, cool. You give me money, I'm gonna get a popsicle. Like, you know, I don't care. And I was a little bit shyer when I was younger, believe it or not. But when it came to popsicles, that was serious business. So I get over there, I stand in line, I'm waiting, because now in the back, and I've always been an anxious dude, especially when it comes to time. Time's one of my big ones. So I'm like, crap, I got to get back for the fireworks show starts. So I just remember, I get my bomb pops. I have one in each hand, and yes, they're bomb pops. I remember specifically, and also I still love bomb pops. But I'm like trying to run back. And y'all know I can't run anyway. Like, I have a proven track record, and the government has documentation of this. But I don't run very well. So here my dumb ass is running, trying to get back and trying to enjoy my lollipop. I also don't want it to melt on me, because remind you, it's July in Tennessee, and that's what happens, that shit melts. So I'm running, trying to get back. Man, your boy trips and falls. Boom. I didn't drop them. Did not drop them bomb pops. The bomb pops were 100% intact. my forearms and my elbow, I cannot say the same. So I was in pain. I'm not gonna lie. I can still kind of feel that burning just thinking about it, honestly. And I came back. I remember my parents were like, "What the hell? Why are you bleeding?" And I'm like, "Oh, I tripped and fell." And they were like pseudo impressed, I think, that the popsicles. I remember my dad was like, "Why did you just drop the damn popsicle? Save yourself. I would have gave you money for it," because it was, it was like $2 or something. But probably wasn't even that in those dollars. It was 80s dollars. It was probably like 12 cents or some crap. But no, I wasn't gonna risk, because what if those are the last 2 bomb pops they had? So I enjoyed my bomb pops. I enjoyed the rest of the show, and happy 4th of July. I'm sure maybe that'll be my trend for today. Maybe I'll tell some more 4th of July stories as I think of them, because I feel like I've got a few. So all right, until next time, I'm Panda. Keep it crunk.